Alright, we're going to transplant some tomatoes today. I've got these tomatoes. Got a lot of different little varieties in the same tray, so that's why you're seeing a little bit different coloration, different type of leaves, and all that kind of stuff. I've got them in a styrofoam float bed tray. I've been transplanting some out. We've got some manual, some margalobe, some tasty evergreen, some great white, some super soy ox, some chocolate cherry, some green doctor's cherry, some white currant, chocolate cherry, oh that's a resin trauma, and some San Marzano. So when you raise different kinds in the same tray, you're going to see some different type growth and different even type coloring on the plants a little bit. But these you can see how, let's see if we can get in there, some short stocky plants. That's what you're looking for. You want to keep that grow light when you're growing these things. You want to keep that grow light right down on the top of these tomatoes, literally. You don't want it up here, because if it's up here they're going to be getting tall and spindly and weak. But you want them stems that look like that. Should be nice and short and stocky. But anyways, if you've ever grown the white currant, you know how little and teeny tiny they start out. Their seeds are just so little. So I wasn't thinking right when I planted this tray, or else I would have put them on the edge. I got it down here in the middle, if you can see that. I'm trying to part this like Moses and Jesus in the Red Sea. But anyway, so I got to get these bigger tomatoes out and get them potted up so this small row here can go ahead and get going. I planted these on, you see that date, 3/3. Today is 3/28, so they're exactly 25 days old since I planted those seeds. Got me some 3-inch pots over here, and got them filled with some Pro Mix, worm castings, and black cow. That's what I'm going to transplant into. Now my frost date normally is about May 10th, so I'll probably have to, if I don't put some in the hoop house, I'll have to take these out and put these into bigger pots before my frost date. I'm not one to plant early and replant because the frost killed them. I'd rather repot it in a larger pot and go ahead, and that's some I just transplanted. What I do is put it up underneath here, underneath the shade in the float bed, and I'll put them in here the rest of the day, so they'll just, they won't even hardly know they've been transplanted that way. So, take your good old butter knife, stick it down the pot, make you some holes. I'm going to take my butter knife, gouge in here, pull out a plant and a plug. That's all there is to it. We'll do a few. Now you want to make sure you always keep that tomato by its leaves. Don't touch that stem. You damage the stem, you damage the plant. It can grow new leaves, but it can't grow new stems. Now my mother, if she caught you touching her tomato stems, you were in for it. So that's something she made a believer out of you. When it came to her plants, I mean, she was so strict about gardening. I don't even think she'd have let Jesus in her garden. So then I'm going to take a little old recycled vinyl blind, write margalobe, that's the variety on this, the date they were planted, originally from the seed. I'm going to stick that in there. Then I'm going to move on to my next one. Next we got tasty evergreen. We've been having such cool weather this year, it's just so unpredictable. Anyways, once you put them in there, you bury that thing up to the leaves. Poke it down in there, draw that dirt up around it. Poke it down in there, draw the dirt up around it. But you want to make sure, a tomato is a plant that, you know, it'll get roots all the way up it. So, you know, if you plant that shallow, that's all the more deeper the roots are going to be. poke that down in there, it's going to grow more roots right on up that stem. So, I'm going to plant them tomatoes good and deep. Really, when you're planting tomatoes like this, you got to be pretty rough on them to damage them. When it gets to a plant like that, where it's got 2 in 1 hole, I go ahead and separate it. It'll be just fine. Now, other plants are a little more finicky about that, whether they want to be torn apart. And if it's a more finicky type plant, I don't. I just snip off one with a pair of scissors and let the other grow. If you get that, just pull them apart. He'll root right on down. Now that one, I don't need all these plants. I'm just going to clip him off, that little tiny one. Go ahead and plant this big guy. I just prefer planting in these, plug type things where every plant is individual, but if you don't have that, by all means, just do a mass plant and, have one big tray and sow your seeds, and you can scoop out a clump and divide them all up, and you're still good to go. Anyways, I'm going to finish potting these. I think I got more than 100 here to do today. Won't take too long though. That's what they look like, and like I say, as soon as I get done transplanting them, I put them down here in the water, kind of in the shade for today. Then tomorrow I'll get them back out and put them on top of the bench and let them get a little sun. But that's all about transplanting. Don't have a whole lot going on like I usually do this time of year. I got my starts in here with everything going, but can't get anything out hardly. I planted 100, here's a Brussels sprouts. I planted 100 lettuce today out in the raised bed, but I can protect them if need be. Here's some little endive coming up. Alright, thanks for watching and enjoy your day.